Here we go.
Well, hello there. How is everyone? I hope you're all well, you amazing, beautiful, wonderful people. It's Saturday. This is video 2 of 2. And look, this is really part 2 of something I spoke about earlier. It's because there's been a new article that's come out, right? And it's trying to push something in the Liam Payne case that I feel is quite a dangerous thing. I'm not saying it doesn't exist, but with respect to Liam Payne, and most likely some other deaths that we've seen, certainly around the music film industry, it's not so much the industry itself. And even though there does need to be changes made, oh, and by the way, I must just say, you're looking absolutely amazing. But like I also have to say, you might look amazing, but are you doing amazing things? Are you subscribed to the channel? Have you liked the video? If not, do so. Don't know whether I've told you lately, but it's my birthday coming up, and that would make me really happy. Anyway, let's get straight into it. Let's have a look at this and what I'm talking about. And I'm talking about this, right? Gone Too Soon, reflecting on Liam Payne's legacy and the hidden struggles of young fame. Now, I'm not denying that there is going to be struggles in fame. You know, these youngsters who almost find fame overnight. You know, they're literally, 1 minute they're normal, living their normal life, and then all of a sudden, pop, famous, legends. Just you can't even imagine it, can you? Like, don't get me wrong, it's similar for me on air, because you can imagine the fame that I've seen on YouTube. But no, you get my point. They're thrust into the limelight, and you know, some people handle it better than others. But what happened with Liam Payne? Was it the fact that he just couldn't handle fame, or was there something else that is not being discussed, not being spoken about in the media, with respect of what being famous also puts you in front of? And that is toxic people. Toxic people who do not have your best interests at heart, and what devastating impact they can have when they pose as friends, pose as dear friends, but there is an undercurrent. There is something else going on, and perhaps it ain't your best interest at heart that they truly have at the forefront of their mind. So a deep dive into how Liam Payne's untimely passing shines a light on mental health struggles in young celebrities. The tragic death of Liam Payne shines a light on mental health issues in young celebrities. While not uncommon, they are often swept under the rug in the name of professionalism. The legacy left by Liam Payne is a large one, being the childhood heartthrob of many young people who watched him quickly rise to fame as part of One Direction. He created a family fan base who watched him grow up from the scared hopeful to a huge pop star. This only made his death much more impactful. Liam Payne touched the lives of all those around him, leaving behind his son Bear and ex Cheryl Cole. And despite recent clashes, the other members of the One Direction with a massive gap in their lives. One of the more heartbreaking facts around his death was Payne's willingness to recover from drugs and alcohol with him, not only last year, announcing he was sober after a 100-day treatment program where he focused on his mental battles. The demonstration of his determination emphasizes how volatile mental health can be and how deeply growing up in the limelight can damage young people. His openness around these topics leading up to his death leaves a serious question on how young stars' mental health should be protected and taken seriously. Now, I'm not going to go through this entire document. I'll pin this document, the link to it, in the description of the video, just so you can have a read of it. But you can get the general vibe. You know, this is talking about the effect of fame and fortune on young people in the industry. And again, I'm not saying that it doesn't have an impact, but it's like I said yesterday. I said, you know, Liam Payne, I believe, is a product of his environment. He was acutely aware of the issues that he had, the struggles that he had, and how he himself made decisions that were not always the best. And this wasn't just to do with the intake of certain things such as drugs or alcohol. This was about the kind of people and the people that he put around him and chose to share his life with. He would choose to jump in head first in certain relationships, and these relationships would then become this battle of what he wanted to do against what they wanted him to do. And he would get into this realm of, he would understand that he is now being controlled and not able to do the things he wanted to do. He would become frustrated, and that's why you would see a breakdown in these relationships. Notably my Henry, for instance. And look, what we're seemingly seeing around Liam Payne at the moment, like, don't get me wrong, I don't think anyone can deny that a dear friend, a true dear friend of Liam Payne, would not be in the process of suing his father when he is most likely going through what is going to be the most horrendous thing that any parent can go through, and that is the death of their child. This guy is going to be grieving, he's going to be angry, he's going to be frustrated, he is going to have questions. Look at the things that we have seen as the general public and how we have felt about them. Look at the things that Jeff Payne is likely himself seen, and imagine how he would feel about them. But this dear friend of Liam Payne chooses he chooses to sue Jeff Payne. And for what reason? What reason? Because he's upset with some of the things that Jeff Payne has stated. And let's not make no bones about it. Some of the things that I've seen, we've done 2 lives now, and one I did yesterday with Brian Harvey, ex-E17 member, someone who's well aware and well versed in the industry and the issues, and how things can happen, and you know, and the effect that can have on individuals. But it's in this case, it just seems that Liam Payne was not surrounded by genuine people. You know, we saw genuine people removed systematically from Liam Payne's life. Vitar, for instance, was removed from his life. And what was he removed from his life for? He was removed because this dear friend went to a healthcare professional with Liam Payne and lied. He would then go and tell the truth that would see this dear friend decide that this person is no good for Liam and needs to be removed from his life. And this would happen in the lead up to a trip that would lead to Liam Payne's death. So you talk about what is the true danger with respect of rich and wealthy people. And I know it's very hard. There's going to be some difficulty in feeling sorry for people who are in a privileged position, but they're still human beings, and they may be privileged in certain ways. But again, this is looking at the things that, because of that privilege, they are subjected to. And it would seem that Liam Payne was subjected to some real toxic people who posed, as aforementioned, as friends, dear friends, even perhaps lovers, and they didn't perhaps have his best interests at heart. Not only did they not have his best interests at heart, but they were willing to turn their back on him at times when he needed them most and leave him with the lions. And the lions being those who, again, not only didn't have his best interests at heart and were seemingly willing to lie for him and allow him to walk down this path, but very likely facilitated in it. Very likely facilitated it, helped in it. And if you truly love somebody as a dear friend, a dear close friend, would you truly do that? So I ask you to consider, what is the thing that offers the most risk to these people who come from these industries? Is it indeed the industry itself, or could it potentially be the people that seem to latch onto these privileged people in the hope to themselves become privileged off the back end of them? There's a question, and I'd just be interested to get your take, your thoughts, your feelings on it. Yes, the industry needs an overhaul. There are things that need to be done. But is there indeed something else going on parallel to this that offers equal to, or if not worse, a much more dangerous risk? And is it about time that this was addressed and people were taught to help navigate the people who could potentially come into their lives, how to spot them and what to do? Let me know down below what you think, and we'll catch you all in the next one. Mwah.